Hey everybody, this is Eric Clark's Travel Videos, and I'm here in Ponta Delgada in the Azores, and I'm going to show you the scenery around me. We're getting close to the top of the mountain and the craters and everything else, but I'll show you what I can show you. The views are absolutely spectacular, and it's so green and so amazing, but let me show you what I got. Here we go. So this is what you get, and is that amazing? So this is a bus tour from the cruise ship. And it is incredible. And they don't have air conditioners and they don't have heaters. They have dehumidifiers. Isn't that funny? But this is what everything looks like. Wow, wow. And if you look really closely, you can see the ocean way over there on one side of the island. And then if I pan a little bit left, you can see the ocean on this side of the island. Pretty amazing. Wow. Certainly gorgeous. And it certainly is green and amazing. Let me take you up to the sign here. And this is, again, the tour is off the bus. But there's a sign up here that tells you about the island and stuff. So let me see if I can capture some of that for you too. And so here you go. The so-called, you can read that and you can hit pause if you want to read it. The so-called Portuguese volcano complex. But it shows you the whole thing. I'll pan across slowly and pause if you need to. Yeah, pretty amazing. And this is the one side of the island with the ocean. And then if you go to the other side, that's the other side. Pretty amazing. And here's some more information about it. At a distance of 600 meters on the side of the main road built in 1830 AD. And this is what the island actually looks like. And we're here. Pretty amazing. But the view is absolutely spectacular. It is absolutely so green and so stunning. And the little hills, it's like, how many hills were there? I don't know, a ton. Each one of them is a volcano. It just didn't erupt. Pretty amazing. Okay, everybody. I'll be back. Bye. Okay, everybody. This is the bus, the tour bus, dropped me off. And it dropped me off in the center of the caldera. And it's in this little town where there's 800 people that live. And it's got a church, 2 cafes, no pharmacies, no hospitals. But it's got 2 big lakes. One they call Blue Lake, one they call Green Lake. And when you get up close to them, they're neither blue or green. Green Lake is because it's surrounded by vegetation. Blue Lake is because it's bigger and it's open to the sky. So, and this is in Portugal. So the Azores are in Portugal. And so I opted, you can go left to the church or you can go right to the lakes. And so I'm going to the lake. You know me. I want to see the caldera. And so that's what I'm doing right now, is headed that way. And so you can see the tunnel and the castle. They built the first tunnel that got you out of this island to the main island in 1967. And then a lot of the roads were done after that. And so this is the Azores. Their #1 crop. Because look at how green the grass is. It's just like this. It never gets like above 75 and never gets below 65. And I say never. Obviously, if they have a big storm or something, that it could change. But for the most part, it's all just like this. Green and humidity abound. So they don't have air conditioners, they don't have heaters, they just have cows. That's their number one crop, cows. And they have tons of cows everywhere, and I guess they love the green grass and the green stuff. And so I'm walking out here to the lake. I want to see the lake. And again, you have to understand, this is in the center of a volcano, a caldera. And so you can see up here on this rim, if I spin around, you can see how the caldera goes all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. And it's huge. I think she said it was like 10 miles across. So it's an enormous, enormous volcano. And it erupted, I guess, I don't know, millions of years ago, whatever. I don't have any idea, so don't quote me on that one. But this is the Azores. And this is, I think it's called Seven Cities, but it's Sete. I'm not even going to go there. I'll make sure I put it in the description so that you have an idea of what you're getting and what you're looking at. But this is the lakes, and this is the bigger of the lakes. So this is the blue lake. But again, there's no difference in any of the lakes. But I was thinking the reflections would be amazing. And I just want to see the walls of the caldera, which I thought would be amazing. I've seen 10 million churches, but somebody wrote on my YouTube the other day, get out and see some vegetation. Well, here's some vegetation for you. Look at this. This is it. Wow, wow, wow. So this is a volcano. We're sitting in a volcano, and that's the rim of the volcano up there. And this is what you get. That's pretty amazing. Very amazing. All the way around. Wow. Wow, wow. And I wish I had a fishing pole, because I'd go fishing in a minute, and you can see fish out here jumping. So I assume there's got to be fish. So anyway, okay, everybody. Very cool. All right, if I film more, I'll be back. Bye, everybody. Okay, everybody, this is Lake Santiago. So not one of the twin lakes, but Lake Santiago. It's a high water lake, and it doesn't have any fish. And it is in its own little caldera as well. Is that amazing? I mean, it's in its own little caldera. So this used to be a volcano as well. Crazy. And you can see the caldera right here, and you can see how it all empties down to the lake itself. And this is within the other caldera. Wow. Pretty amazing. Lake Santiago. And they thought there were bad spirits in here, and so that's what they gave it the name of Santiago. They needed a saint that would, I guess, bless them. So, pretty amazing. So if you look here, there's this rim here, which is for Lake Santiago. And then if you look up there, there's another rim. That's for the big caldera. Wow. Pretty staggering. Okay, everybody. Beautiful. And we are so lucky that the weather is this. It's usually not even close. Very cool. Wow. Staggering. Okay, everybody, moving on. All right, so this is another stop, and this is the abandoned hotel. So they did this hotel. This company put this huge hotel here. It's gorgeous on the cliff overlooking the lakes. And then 1 week later they went out of business. And so they closed the hotel. And so the view, you can see how many people are up here. This is certainly a tourist location. And there's the hotel right up there. And that's the one they closed after 1 week. And this is the view from here. Wow. Pretty amazing. And so you can see I was right out of the jetty out there, right in the water, towards the water. But this is the town. And again, this is still part of that 4-hour tour of Ponta Delgada. Wow. Pretty amazing. And I think I hear every kind of dialect there is. There's Germans to the right of me, and it sounds like there's Russians to the left. Pretty amazing. But again, this green lake is in the front, the blue lake is in the back. And again, the green lake is only because it's surrounded by trees. And the blue lake is because it's open to more sky. Certainly amazing, everybody. And that's the town of 800 people. There's more cow than people on this island. And this is the Azores. Wow. Pretty amazing. Okay, everybody, I'll be back. Bye-bye. This will be on YouTube.
Great.
Okay, everybody, the last stop on the tour is the pineapple plantation. And so pineapples aren't supposed to grow here, and so they have to do all these little things to make it work. But it actually does work, and they put them in these little houses like these, and you can see them growing down there. Well, that one's not, but that one is. And so it's quite humid and muggy in there, and you can look down inside and see the little pineapple in there. And they say that the pineapples here, instead of being like America or Cuba or wherever else they grow them, the stalks are small, but the pineapples become enormous, like to the tune of like 6 pounds, 7 pounds. And so you can see that the stalk is small, but the pineapple is enormous. And it's almost like an upside down kind of situation just because of the humidity and stuff. And so they have all these houses, and they're all in different stages of growth. And so even in winter they grow, I guess, but they're not as sweet. And so what you do is you turn them upside down, and you leave them for 2 or 3 days upside down, and then the sugar, I guess, spreads out to the rest of the pineapple, and then it's sweet and nice again. But you can see that it's just tons of these pineapples. And so, you know, a lot of places have pineapples, but I don't think any of them get to be 6 or 7 pounds of pineapple. So I don't know how many of these are open. They're all in different stages of growth. But this is the last stop on the tour bus. Let me go down here and see. So these have nothing growing yet. So these were like just planted. Huh. So what if I go all the way down to that last building? They catch all their rainwater here because they're surrounded by ocean a long, 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 long way from land. And so it's interesting. That last door is open, so let's go look at that one and see if there's anything different about that last one. And they got a statue, and you'd never believe it, but they have a shop. And okay, yeah, there's nothing too exciting. Okay. Well, that's it for the tour of Ponta Delgada, the Azores. Thanks for coming with. So now you know what the tour is going to look like. It's the 4-hour tour. But you know what you're going to get when you get here. Okay, thanks for coming along, everybody. Bye.